So you're back home with a concussion diagnosis. The first 24 to 48 hours, you're probably going to look a lot like what I'm doing right now. Relaxation, sleeping, drinking lots of fluids, and eating properly allows the brain and body to conserve the energy it needs to heal. After this initial rest period, we can officially begin the return to play protocol. Throughout each stage, players as well as parents and guardians should monitor the player's symptoms. If symptoms become present at any point, the player should stop immediately and rest, giving at least another 24 hours before trying the activity again. Only you know what your body and your brain are ready for. Yes, even with concussion, you're allowed out of bed. Actually, it's encouraged for you to get out of bed and leave the dark room for short periods of time. Too much isolation can be just as bad as not enough. Screens, bright lights, and loud noise activities should still be avoided. However, the player can begin to participate in quiet and calm activities like doing crafts or listening to music at a low volume. After 24 hours symptom-free, the player can move on to the next stage. The player can now engage in low cardio activities like walking, jogging, or using the stationary bike. Avoid any heavy lifting, resistance training, or hard running as these may provoke symptoms. Oh, and of course, avoid any head impact activities. Once again, after 24 hours symptom-free, the player can move on to the next stage. Still off the field, the player can start to introduce higher intensity activities that are focused on getting the player back on the field. Running or ball handling drills, like kicking the ball against the wall, is just one place to start. You guessed it, 24 hours symptom-free, and the player can move on to the next stage. And we're on the field. Stage 4 comes in 2 parts. We'll start with some core and resistance, then add in one-to-one activities, continuously increasing the intensity and duration. Finish off the session with a review of offensive and defensive plays at a slow speed. After another 24 hours symptom-free, the player should be working on getting back into their pre-injury routine. Along with practicing at full duration and increasing the intensity, the player should also be participating in full school activities like tests and assignments without any symptoms. Participating in these activities at full capacity without symptoms is crucial. Once the player is completed, both parts of stage 4, 24 hours symptom-free, and has received medical clearance, they can move into the second last stage. The player can now participate at 100% effort with the team in all capacities. Contact, scrimmages, heading, and tackling are all permitted. After completing at least one full practice, the coach and the player should discuss when the player can get back into full gameplay. Finally, at least after 24 hours symptom-free and all the required documents have been given to the coach, the player is permitted to move into the final stage. The player is now permitted to play in full games and participate in all pre-